there's the rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State, and then there's the coach, who directs the whole daggone thing, and that's a guy that I love as a football coach, and I like as a person, and I think does a great job for Ohio State University. He's #1 on the hit parade for me, and here he is. Here he is. I'm telling him to bring home the bacon tomorrow. And I don't care if it's by 1 point, just so we win that football game. Hear me? Don't let him football game.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being a part of this, and what a special, obviously, weekend. You know, the one thing that we've tried to do, when I hear people say that it's just another game, you know, across America, the rivalry games, we've never approached it that way. And that's because I've learned from Coach Bruce, and Ohio State does not treat this game like another game. And through my journey through the country, coaching different places, we always try to create that as well. And the one thing about Ohio State is you try to make sure that the players are not one and dones, or they're renting the program, they own the program. And how you do that, you try to make them understand, you not only try to make them, you make them understand the history of this incredible rivalry and obviously Ohio State football. So throughout the whole year, I'll pick days throughout the year, and we'll call them rivalry day, rivalry week, and we'll educate our players on the rivalry. And it's been obviously an incredible rivalry that Ohio State has taken command of the last decade, and we have a responsibility to keep that going. Yesterday was also an incredible moment for our seniors. It's called Senior Tackle. And to see players like Darryl Baldwin and Devin Smith, Duran Grant, some guys that have gone on and made great names for themselves, the way they perform, the way they play, the way they handle themselves, it's a great honor. I also have a young man I just want to mention that I want you to keep his family in your thoughts and prayers, and that's a young man that walked on this year named Costa that has turned up missing. So just keep him in your prayers and your thoughts. I don't know much about him, I tell you if I did. And he's a senior as well. He walked on in August, and just keep his family, please, in your thoughts and prayers. Big time opportunity, a football team that started off we lost our quarterback, we lost a defensive end, we lost a tight end for the first 4 or 5 games, and see this team come back and play well, and put themselves in position for some really great things at the end of the season. That's a tribute to the leadership on our team and the respect these seniors deserve. Respect is not given, respect is earned, and this group of seniors has earned incredible respect. So the bottom line is, in 1986, I was educated on the game, the rivalry. I got out, I lived in some awful apartment on Neal Avenue as a graduate assistant here. Got in my car, drove down Neal Avenue, and I saw the big Twin Towers with sheets hanging outside that said Muck, Michigan on Thursday. I got back up on Friday, left. Someone changed the M and the F, and I said, this is a real rivalry. This is real. So I promise you, not like 2 years ago, I'm not going to use bad language, but you know what? Let's beat the heck out of that team up north. Thank you very much.
We are honoring the 1984 Big Ten champion Buckeyes. 30 years, my how time flies. But what a team that was, and what a win over Michigan that was. There were a lot of great plays in it, and there's no one better to tell you about that game and about the history of the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry than Jack Clark. Jack is, there's no one like Jack. He knows Ohio State football like no one else. He knows the history of, I mean, you think of any game, and you ask Jack, and he'll know it. So let's find out about the game 1984 from the one and only Jack Clark.
supporting the Earle and Gene Bruce Foundation for Alzheimer's Research. You know, we're very pleased and honored to honor our 1984 outright Big Ten champions today on the 30th anniversary of that outright Big Ten title, and of course a Rose Bowl appearance. They finished with a very fine 9-3 record, and those 3 losses were by a total of only 10 points. Very impressive season. Third game of the year, you may remember a very, very impressive 45-26 victory over Iowa. And then in the 6th game of the season, which was homecoming, how about that 45-38 win over Illinois?